Made in Hollywood.
The special effects team creates all of the practical and physical effects on a movie set, such as rain, wind, fire, and explosions. Jim Schwalm began his career in construction. He has over 3 decades of experience working in the special effects industry and has worked on such projects as all 5 Transformers films and all 6 Spider-Man films.
Hi there, Jim Schwalm here, Special Effects Coordinator for Monster Truck. And this is a clip for Made in Hollywood.
I press the gas, throttle wire, pulls these levers which open these blinders.
It's like the truck's a wheelchair for it.
No, it is an engine for my truck.
As a special effects coordinator and using monster trucks as an example, how would you describe your job?
Well, we have the best job of all departments in the motion picture business. Every day is something different. A director has different ideas. We're constantly doing things we've never done before. Always a challenge. That's why we love our job.
Think you can keep up with me? You got it!
You see that?
Show off!
What is the difference between special effects and visual effects?
The CGI people do computer-generated images that we don't do. We do the stuff that's practical and on camera on the day. You know, the explosions, like this car, we make it act, make it turn and twist and do all kinds of acting things that we do, not the computer people.
Was it a lot of work?
A ton of work. We started really early on with JD, our son, who's the supervisor on this movie. I'm just the coordinator. And he had discussions with the director, and the director was asking him to do these certain things. So we built a remote control vehicle that does all the acting. It lifts its tires, it could go to the bathroom, it could gesture emotions and act by our crew that are operating it, like a puppet.
Aren't you curious about where it came from?
I'm gonna get you home and away from whoever's after you.
I love you too.
What advice then do you have for anyone who wants to get into special effects?
I would start with, we weld, we use a lot of steel, so welding, you know, getting certified welder would be a first thing. We have hydraulics, pyrotechnics, there's smoke, wind, fire. Smoke is a huge thing in our field, and it seems to everybody it's the simplest. But you can get into as much trouble doing smoke on a set than just about anything.
Why is smoke challenging?
Well, we work with the DP, the director of photography, and he has a look that he always tries to accomplish, and you have to keep it the same for each scene throughout a movie, even though they're months apart, or days apart, or in different areas. So you have to match the smoke. Smoke's a very difficult portion of our job, believe it or not.
Made in Hollywood.
All right, so we're here with Creech.
Creech.
Show me how he works.
Oh,
That looks really intense.
So, whenever I do the sticks, it'll match. So if I go up on this stick, I can tilt it.
Oh my gosh, he's alive. Could you actually make him drive too?
Yes,
Yes, it does
it's
drive.
another remote control unit. One does all the motions, and one does the driving and the steering. This vehicle here was for the close-ups and for all the acting, interacting with the actors.
Yeah.
So the car has a motion and gestures
Yeah.
that we do with these remote controls.
Sean Amborn earned a degree in communication from California State University, Long Beach. For the last 10 years, Mr. Amborn has worked as a special effects technician on such projects as The Fate of the Furious and The Jungle Book.
Hi, this is Sean Amborn. You're watching Made in Hollywood. And here's a scene from the movie Monster Trucks.
Trip, this man might have a word with you.
I'm not going anywhere with you.
Yes, you are.
Watch this.
As a special effects technician on monster trucks, what was your job like?
My job was fun. It was exciting every day. I got to operate one of the main characters in the movie. So I was puppeteering the truck and constantly get to be right there with the actors and get to show them the incredible machine we built.
So were you actually involved in building the truck, or were you just handed the controller?
No, I was there from the beginning. We built it from the wheels up, chassis, we wired it all up. I did all the electronics, all the wiring, so we wired up the motor, the speed controller, had all put the brain in there for it. And then we had a whole team of people. We had a hydraulics team, we had the car team, suspension. So there's a whole group of us that did it, but I was the fortunate one to get handed the remote.
Watch out! Now's a good time to take charge.
Let go! I can see better than you! Hey, get back in there!
I touched his eye.
How did you learn how to do that?
A lot of the stuff we do is so far out of the norm that you don't necessarily learn the special effects trade. Sometimes you don't learn it in a classroom. It's being in the experience and getting to build things on your own and take things apart, or you break a lot of stuff, to find out how it does it. So, getting into that was a lot of it was self-taught. You learned a lot. You have a basic foundation of what you know, and then try to reapply it to anything that you possibly can.
Whoa! Did you see that? Did that just happen?
Oh yeah, it did.
What did you study in school?
I studied communication, interpersonal communication, so it definitely helps me. I wondered how it was going to help me in the movie career, because I always knew I was going to get into the movies. But learning to talk to everybody, learning to deal with everybody from a director down to a PA on set. So that aspect I learned a lot, but a lot of what I do was, I grew up in a garage. My dad does special effects, my grandfather did special effects, so I kind of learned a lot of it through them, a lot of family teaching, but just getting in there and getting dirty is how you learn how to do a lot of it.
I'm a scientist. I want to help you.
We're a family.
What do you need?
Trucks. Hope you picked something up from watching me.
A week ago, you were riding a bicycle.
So was that hard to break into?
It was hard, trying to, you had to put in your time, before they actually let you get on the set or do anything. You have to definitely put in your time in the shop, prove yourself, you work hard, you learn as much as you possibly can. I mean, our description of special effects is a little bit of everything. We say we're jack of all trades, master of none. One day you're an electrician, one day you're a plumber the next day, so you want to try to build up as much knowledge of everything as you possibly can. And that's why they call it special effects. It's something special that nobody else knows how to do, so they call us and we try to figure it out.
Now, do you feel like you ever need to go back for more education or training?
No, I constantly am, everything from reading books. If I don't know how to do something, I will do whatever I can to try to learn as much on it, whether or not online, taking classes. They have different classes you can take, that help for certain specific things, and you just try to grow your knowledge as much as possible.
Hang on!